Ever since the Live Golf Series took off, players started jumping ship. The golf world has become a battlefield with players entering a free-for-all deathmatch. Cameron Smith's recent move from the PGA Tour to the Rebel Series, the Live Tour, made waves in the whole world. Some were happy about it, while others were not. So let's see what the golfing professional had to say about the new series and in favor of his world ranking points. Firstly, what started this fiasco? Cameron Smith has risked his peak position in golf right now to go play for the Saudi-backed league. Is money really as important as his current top 2 world ranking? The Aussie believes that Live Golf represents the future of golf, mainly because of its team format. He made his debut this week and said that pro golf needed a change from the traditional and archaic ways of the PGA Tour. He said that it's been like this for far too long now, and he wanted to spice things up a little. For him, the 54-hole events are the future. Golf fans are becoming younger, and it's their responsibility to keep them engaged with newer stuff. Now, this isn't to say that money didn't mean anything. It was definitely a factor in his decision, and he didn't try denying it actually. Smith said, "It was obviously a business decision for one, and an offer I couldn't ignore." Well, that's true. Golf is to them what our jobs are to us, and so the money will have some weightage in the overall decision. But unlike what most of us thought, it's not everything. The Aussie player also revealed that a huge portion of his decision revolved around the schedule, which would let him spend more time at home with his family in Australia. We can't blame the man for having his priorities straight. Next, is money the only thing Live offers over PGA? We can't help but wonder why so many people are leaving the PGA Tour for the Live Tour. We know what you're all thinking. It's obviously the truckloads of cash they have, right? Live Golf's 4th tournament kicked off today with a $20 million prize purse and a $5 million team award. And that's actually just the tip of the iceberg. The insane amount of prize money and massive signing offers aren't difficult for this series to arrange, especially seeing how they get all their funds from the Saudi sovereign wealth. You've all heard about the $700 to $800 million offer they made to Tiger Woods, right? It can't be denied that the league's main appeal is the money that it can offer. Why else would these famous and reputable players risk everything, including their top ranks, to play for something that has no other value besides the cash? And we can't forget the sheer amount of hate these players will probably receive from tour fans. And besides that, the PGA announced that it would be blacklisting all the players who abandoned them, so giving up on all that doesn't make sense. And if money's their only motivation, and it seems like it is, that's just really disappointing. Moving on, why is Smith being criticized for moving to the Live Series? According to actual players and fans, Live could never compare to the PGA Tour. The PGA also believes that it's going to fail to achieve anything in the golf world except waging a war between the players. Talking further about the Live Series, directors remarked and asked what kind of tournament had no cuts in a 54-hole event. People also then asked Smith why he would ever play in a series that doesn't have a cut in a 54-hole event. The series also has team events that just nobody understands. The way they're arranged in their schedule is all just in the air right now. Having said that, addressing the notion that players were being drawn in by the huge sums of money being handed out by the Rebel Series, Gary Player, as a South African golfer, enthusiastically stated that he wouldn't trade his 9 major wins for even $1 billion. He also added that he's the only man who'd won the Grand Slam on both the PGA Tour and the Senior Tour, which required all sorts of hard work. Talking about his experience with the tour, he commented that he traveled around the world with the tour, met some amazing people, and learned a lot of things. To him, being on the tour was an educational experience. Needless to say that Gary believes that Live Golf lacks all those aspects. Finally, is the future bleak for Cameron? A bit of a disclaimer on this one, nobody can accurately predict the future, so everything on this topic is mere speculation. Having said that, Cameron still remains the talented player that people love for his splendid game, and that's not going to change. However, what the move might have a bearing on is his standing as the world's number 2. Needless to say that the PGA Tour won't allow the performance in Live events to count towards world ranking points. The player openly called it unfair and said that they were just trying to stop the future. So yeah, Cameron might lose a few spots on the leaderboard and not be the world number 2 after some time. Similarly, he'd have to put his dream of being number 1 on hold for some time. Many professionals in the industry believe that the player has an abysmal future cut out for him, but we actually believe he'd be just fine. Sure, for now, the PGA Tour has no plans of being lenient on those who've allegedly betrayed them. Yet, many speculate that it's only a matter of time before the two camps reach an agreement. The idea that Smith might not be able to play another major in his golf career is a bit far-fetched. In a nutshell, Cameron would most likely lose his standing on the world leaderboard. He'd continue to be criticized for his move. However, in the end, the speculation signs have it that we might still get to see him working his magic on the course in the PGA Tour events in the future. Let's see how long the rivalry between the camps lasts. In other related news, starting with, will the new series appeal to India's large sports-loving population? Lahiri finished second to Smith at the Players' Championship, and he thinks LIV can help attract a more diverse fan base to golf. That was also because of its team format. Lahiri thinks team golf will complement the sports landscape in India, which has been dominated by cricket until now. In fact, it seems like LIV might share some similarities with the Indian Premier League in cricket. The IPL is like LIV in the sense that it disrupts the conventional cricket formula, just like the series does for golf. They lure in the best cricketers in the world with money and have an independent series that is watched and loved by everyone. Lahiri also said that his position on Bryson's team will attract Indian audiences more and get them hooked to golf as well. This wouldn't have been the same if he was just playing as an individual player. In India, sports are always associated with teams, and LIV's new format would really help a whole new demographic to resonate more with golf. Coming up, Rory McIlroy became the first player to win FedEx Cup thrice. Following the nail-bitingly close game on the final day of the FedEx Cup, Rory McIlroy came out to be the best player, winning not only the event, but also bagging the $18 million prize purse. The win also etched his name forever in the history of golf, because from that day forward, he'd always be remembered as the first player to win FedEx Cup thrice. Rory started off in the final event 6 shots behind the leader, Scottie Scheffler. However, despite having a splendid year and 3 PGA Tour wins to his name for the season, Scottie failed to prevail in the FedEx Cup. Not only did McIlroy make up for the 6-shot lead, but he also managed to establish a single-shot lead over Scottie before the 7th hole. Afterward, in a gentlemanly manner, Rory even apologized to Scottie's parents for being the reason their son couldn't bag the win and the prize money that came with it. Scheffler ended up tied for second place and took home around $5.75 million. Lastly, Smith is happy to go home. What else do we need? Personal opinions aside, we must respect the decisions a golfer makes because it's their career, and they have all the rights to go for any league that suits them best. Apparently, Smith is thrilled and excited because this opportunity is allowing him to go back to his homeland. While confirming his participation in the upcoming championship, the golfer said that he loves going to Australia. Winning the title twice is amazing, but this time he wouldn't only play to reclaim the title, but also meet friends and family after many years. He also mentioned that he's excited to wear the maroon shirt again, as it's very special for him. That's a wrap for this video, and thanks for watching. What do you think of the LIV Golf Tour, and was Cameron Smith in the right for deciding to join it? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.